Last year saw the best gaming laptops get even better, and now it's time for a new cohort to land on the shelves. NVIDIA RTX 40 series graphics cards are now firmly cemented in the market, which means prices are dropping and new power configurations are just around the corner. Not only that, but we still got an excellent collection of last year's gaming laptops to choose from as well. Obviously, these rigs can provide the power of a desktop machine with the portability of a much lighter device. However, truly great gaming laptops manage to do this while remaining cool, balancing price to performance value, and while packing high-quality display into their costs. These are the kinds of machines we're interested in, and after extensive testing, we found the models you need to know about this year. The best gaming laptop of 2024 is the Asus ROG Strix G14 so far, but plenty of our favorite machines balance raw power with value for money. That means some of these top models won't run the most impressive graphics cards or packed bags of RAM. They will simply outperform their price tag. After all, if you don't need an all-singing rig, why pay for one? To help you find the right model, we've listed the best gaming laptop 2024 and their key features, plus the things you need to consider to help you choose the best one for you. And as always, you can check pricing for any of these products in the description below. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Now let's get started. Number 6. Asus ROG Strix G14 2023. The Asus ROG Strix G14 has taken over from the Razer Blade 15, still featured below, as the best gaming laptop we've had our hands on yet. This thing flies through anything you can throw at it, without reaching the dizzying heights of other premium RTX 40 series rigs. That's because the Strix Scar puts its power exactly where a PC gaming enthusiast wants it: cooling, CPU efficiency, and GPU power. All while still offering a crisp set of RGB panels and a mini LED display worthy of its next-generation chassis. Design. This isn't a machine for the more subtle amongst us though. While the RGB panel running across the lower lip can be switched off, this is still very much a gaming laptop. The translucent design across the main deck wasn't quite our favorite touch and does add to this gamer aesthetic, while slightly cheapening the experience, but this is down to personal preference. The lid sports a large ROG logo and a series of etched diagonal lines along the chunky grille towards the back, further removing this rig from your everyday office laptop. However, it's not such an in-your-face design, and putting those LEDs to sleep certainly keeps the vibe slick. Features. We've also got one of the best screens we've had the pleasure of using on a gaming laptop. Asus has branded its mini LED screens Nebula HDR. They sing between 1024 dimming zones and 1100 plus nits of peak brightness. Number 5. Asus TUF A15. The Asus TUF A15 has long been held as a staple among budget gaming laptops, but the latest 2023 model has cemented its position as one of the greats. This is a cheaper rig, so you're making some sacrifices to get those latest components in the price tag. However, the performance on offer is fantastic value for money as a result. Design. From the cool gray tones to the metal lid, the Asus TUF A15 looks and feels more premium than it actually is. Yes, the majority of this chassis is plastic, and there are some questionably cringy text stamps on the main body, but it's a slick form factor overall and one that neatly sidesteps the common angular pitfalls of cheaper rigs. The build quality is secure, with a nicely tightened hinge to the main display and only the expected amount of flex in the keyboard area for a gaming laptop of this price. No, it's not quite as slim as the previous Asus TUF F15 before it, but it's still a comfortable size, easily backpackable, and well below the heavyweights on this list. Features. Like all good budget gaming laptops, the F15 has everything you need, but doesn't pump too much of your cash into any of its main feature areas. Instead, it saves its value for performance. That means you're getting a pretty standard. Number 4. ASUS ROG Zephyrus G14 2024. The 2024 Asus ROG Zephyrus G14 changed the game again, adding a glorious OLED display and cutting its top-end components from the lineup to achieve a more ultrabook-oriented slimline design. This is a masterpiece for those after the best possible experience at the intersection between power and portability. Design. Asus has done away with its iconic LED matrix lid and instead opted for a much cleaner, and personally preferable for this reviewer, single diagonal stripe. Alongside a new unibody CNC milled aluminum chassis, MacBook Pro-esque light gray and slimline base, this is a gaming laptop designed to fit in with high-end ultrabooks. Dropping bigger components like the RTX 4080 and RTX 4090 from its lineup means the G14 is now one of the lightest rigs on the market at just 1.5 kilograms, all while still retaining a particularly durable form factor. Features. We'll have to kick off with that display. Asus partnered with Samsung for this OLED panel, and the results are incredible. Everything leaps off the screen, from simple developer logos on game boot to the frenzied colors of Cyberpunk 2077. It's a little slower in the refresh rate department, but in everyday play, the incredible color contrast and super vivid effect overall made for an excellent experience. Those specs have taken a slight hit this year. Number 3, Razer Blade 15 2022. We got our hands on a beast of a Razer Blade 15, but it showed us just how powerful 15.6-inch gaming laptops can be. The RTX 3080 Ti and 912900H configuration I had on my desk was a true monster in its performance. However, this rig's ability to offer such performance while keeping the slimline chassis we've all come to know and love really cemented its top spot among the best gaming laptops on the market. Design. You know the drill by now. This is a Razer laptop, so expect a matte black brick with nothing but a shiny green Razer logo on the lid. The Blade 15 follows these design rules to a T, shimmying all those high-end components into a slimline build with nearly every detail paid due luxury attention. We say nearly every because while this is a solid chassis, we did still notice some considerable flex in the display and wobble in the hinge. Still, this is as skinny as the majority of 15.6-inch laptops go, so there's only so much that back panel can take. The hinge itself proved to be super strong in our testing, so we didn't have too many concerns. Features. Opening the lid, you'll find a numpad-less keyboard with extra ventilation underneath, as well as a 4K display up top. This is a particularly strong screen, especially considering it managed to keep up with more demanding games in our benchmarking. Number 2, Alienware M18. The Alienware M18 goes toe-to-toe with the Asus ROG Strix G14 below in terms of sheer performance, but falls slightly behind the most powerful title. However, with a range of configuration options, a slick design, and features more geared towards desktop usage, it's the best 18-inch gaming laptop overall in our books. Design. The Alienware M18 had a surprise for us when we first opened the box. Gently sloping the front lid to a thin taper means that the whole design feels more manageable than the more boxy Strix G14 below. No, this isn't a portable laptop by any means. You're still picking up a massive 410x319x25mm footprint and a considerable 4.23 kilograms weight, but that slicker design makes it look a little less chunky on a desktop. Elsewhere, you've got all the design staples of an Alienware rig. A cool aluminum lid sports an embossed 18 along the top, with the plastic main body holding onto the same gray aesthetic throughout. Of course, there's still a nice RGB light show to take in, with a more subtle approach than Asus. Features. Of course, the big player here is that 18-inch screen. Number 1, Asus ROG Strix G14 2023. 18-inch gaming laptops are here. And while the majority struggle to define themselves against cheaper desktop PCs and infinitely more portable 16-inch laptops, the Asus ROG Strix G14 just about wiggles its way into the top spot. After all, the benchmark numbers putting it right at the top of our scoring table and just toppling over the Asus ROG Zephyrus G14. It's the most powerful rig we've tested to date, and that can't be ignored. Design. Looks are subjective, but the translucent plastic and RGB lights aren't the most subtle of aesthetics and won't be for everyone. That plastic chassis is a little disappointing in this price range, at first glance. Taking one look at the nearly $5,000 price tag on the all-aluminum Razer Blade 18 has us running back to this cheaper build, though. The plastic may feel a little less luxurious, but it's solid, dense, and feels durable under hand. Instead, it's the ports that are going to get in the way of things. You're getting a solid selection, but placing each connection on the left or right flank of a gaming laptop designed to sit and remain. This thing is 80% heavier than the Zephyrus G14. On a desk is an oversight. Those cables are going to get messy fast.